Hey guys, you've joined us live at Moneycontrol. I'm Manisha Gupta, and the government is keeping a keen eye on all essential commodities and ensuring that there is enough availability and at affordable prices. We have seen that happen with wheat, with pulses, with edible oils and sugar, and rice clearly continues to see various curbs, various restrictions coming in there. In the latest reports, we do understand that the Food Ministry has had a meeting with rice associations, telling them that their members should with immediate effect ensure that the retail price of non-Basmati rice which consumers are buying in India are being brought down. It also is a concern because we're looking at a good crop, good buffer stock with the government, but even with after all of that, we are looking at the retail prices on the higher side. There also are concerns about profiteering that perhaps many of these intermediaries could be doing. But let's put a light on all of that, and joining us for that is Dr Prem Garg. He is National President at Indian Rice Export Association. Dr. Garg, hi, thank you so much for joining us. I mean, a lot has been happening in rice, whether it's about export curbs or export duty, etc. But with the latest meeting that has been had with the industry, telling them to ensure that the rice is available at a fair price for the consumers, how is the industry now looking at this meeting?
Yeah, this meeting yesterday, we have this with Mr. Sanjeev Khanna, he the secretary and in the food processing, and we all the federations are there, and we pointed out to them because he's very much keen these prices will come brought down to minimum means 30 rupees maximum to sell in the local and consumer packing. But the problem is that the government is themselves, they are selling the rice by FCI at 29 rupees is the minimum their price for tender system. So we suggested to them is better if you like to reduce the price in consumer in the local market. On the behalf of Indian Rice Exporter Federation, we urged to them and requested if government can reduce to 27 rupees. So, and also not a tender system, they can put 250 metric ton lot. Anyone can deposit the money and take the rice from the government, because rice inflation is not created by the private traders or millers or means local buyers. Because right now the situation is that because government is buying paddy on a higher price, so local, if you see rice millers or exporter, they doesn't have any stocks available with them, because today we are going to buy the paddy at the rate of 22 rupees, 23 rupees, which is the normally non-Basmati rice which maximum consumed by the people. But that rice is cost 40 rupees in the house if privately we can buy. But as the government is selling FCI stocks and they are ready and keen to give the local suppliers, so automatically price will come down. Okay. If they can meet the benchmark maximum 27 rupees a kilo, so automatically they process and do the repacking, etc. So easily can sell 32, 33 rupees per kg to the consumer.
So, Dr. Garg, we do understand that the government itself, by many of its schemes, is covering a big population within India itself. How much is really left to private traders then in sense of quantum and quantity?
Quantum, if you see this 90% this non-Basmati rice is procured by the government only and with the FCI. So FCI, if they are buying like in Chhattisgarh, if you can see the 31 rupees government declare the price for buying. So there is no competition with the government with the private traders. And right now the rice export is curbed. So there is only NCL can export the rice. So in that case, there is no market hike by the exporters also, because exporters are unable to buy the rice in any price until they get the clear situation with the government or department, because these all exports are under the control of the government right now. Only the private, if you can see this parboiled rice, which is not consumed in India much, and these exports are there, and 20% export duty is there. Only this earlier also we requested the government to fix the export duty on that. So then there is no means up and down in the parboiled rice prices also in the local market, and the prices should be stable. And right now we require if government want, they can give some subsidy on the higher quality rice also, which people can sell in the consumer packs and there is a basmati is there, which is the only means some 20% or you see 18% people are using the basmati rice, which segment is not effect to the poor segment and poor people who every day they are eating 2 times basmati, non-basmati rice. So our request to the government, they can make it very much clear to give from FCI stocks to the traders and to the suppliers so they can buy and distribute in the market.
Dr. Garg, the last couple of years have seen an annual inflation of 12% in case of rice. Do you think that is a bigger concern?
No, right now the inflation, they are calculating like 8.1% for this food inflation, because they want to reduce to now 5% level, which we understand because of the election year is there. And up to next year, government in any kind of situation, they doesn't like to afford the rice, inflation will go up. That's why the government departments are watching very deeply, and they want to control the rice prices, pulses prices, or wheat flour prices. Because of that, the government already implemented in the dals, and if you can see atta also, Bharat brand also, their government on this kind of situation to maximum quantity will reach on the lower price to the consumer. And the same thing, I think if government can want to implement, then can implement in non-basmati rice also, so consumer pack will go to the public in the large, because the government has a big network of the rationing system and consumer fair shops like Kendriya Bandar and other shops are there, and they can sell to the consumer directly. And also, in fact, on the higher grade also, if they are afraid on that, so they will give direct subsidy to the suppliers, and they will put a benchmark. Okay, you cannot sell more than this price. Okay. But if you can see from so many years, the basmati rice prices are almost same. Only the non-basmati price definitely increase. But that is the holding. We say today the biggest holder of the rice is the FCI. And if government can open it, so immediately price will come down.
So, Dr. Garg, while of course on one side the government has or is taking care of the farmers with higher MSPs and the procurements, on the other side they also are taking care of consumers with the kind of subsidies and free distribution of goods that we've seen. And for the rest of the consumers, they've told the associations and retails to ensure that the prices are on the lower side. In the middle of all of this, as a stakeholder industry, how do you see yourself?
We see this as an industry. If government will definitely they like to give the maximum price to the farmers, and that is the good also. Then farmers they get the profit with their farming and their crops. So definitely they can grow more. And this India is the means definitely agriculture pradhan country. And in that case, this India, because maximum population is surviving on the agriculture. So agriculture is the most, they have to protect the farmers, and they are protecting. We appreciate to the government, they are protecting, but other side, they have the lot of rooms are also, we can say, they are charging 20% export duty on parboiled, and they have so many other means, and they reduce immediately GST also, this 5% on the consumer pack, they remove the GST on 5% on the packing of below than 20 kilo.
Right.
So automatically this 5% price will come down by GST, and also they can, again I will say this FCI, they will give more quantity in the market, open heart, without tendering system, without other things, so the hassles are not there. Easily anyone can go 200 loads, 100 metric ton load or 250 ton load, and can then deposit the money and get the rice, and immediately you can see within 1 week time price will come down.
All right, that is the hope really, Dr. Garg. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, that's a view on rice clearly. While government is keeping a keen eye on various essential commodities, there are more and more meetings now being held by the ministry with associations, with industry to ensure that the lower price as a positive is passed on to the consumers as well.